What's up, everybody? We got a 3-day weekend ahead of us, and I got a crazy thought for you to think about over the course of your holiday weekend. So, the question is, what do buyer broker agreements, the human centipede, and this crazy lawsuit all have in common? Well, let me riddle it out for you. If you're not familiar with this lawsuit, there's currently a major case going on in Florida where a couple had went to Disney World. They ate a meal. The wife said specifically that she had food allergens that could not be in her food. It was in her food. She died. They sued. And Disney said that they cannot sue over this wrongful death because the person who died had previously agreed to Disney Plus's terms and conditions. So they clicked on the button saying they agreed to Disney Plus's terms and conditions in order to watch, I don't know, The Mandalorian or something. And now, because they died, they can't sue Disney, which is wild. So what does this have to do with the buyer broker agreement, you might be asking? I'm also going to tie a reference back to a crazy episode of South Park. So back in 2011, so 13 years ago, South Park, which does crazy episodes, one of their craziest episodes was an episode called The Human Centipede, where they were basically making fun of people because nobody will ever read all of Apple's terms and conditions. So it's just nobody will ever read the terms and conditions. They want the product, they click go, and they sign up for it. So what that has to do with the Disney lawsuit and the human centipede is, I'm asking is, okay, how long before unscrupulous websites, not these in particular, not Zillow, I'm not saying Zillow, they have tons of money, they probably won't do this, but there are other websites out there that will come to market that do things like the same stuff that Zillow and Redfin do, where they list properties and then you come in and you say, hey, I like that house, I want to look at it a little bit more, but I also want to come see it. I want to request a showing. Is at some point in time, somebody's going to sneak a version of the buyer broker agreement into the terms and conditions of these websites, where just by clicking to request showing, our clients are looking and they're going to have to pay some sort of buyer broker fee because they signed and agreed to the terms of service. So just like the woman who wanted to see The Mandalorian and now her husband can't sue, or the human centipede on South Park, we're going to have clients that are going to click on these things. So we need to make sure that they are paying attention to these outside services, these places they're clicking on, because they might be getting stuck with a bill that they didn't see coming after they buy a house with you. So kick it around, give it some thought, and be on the lookout. But all in all, have a great weekend.